Hey guys, welcome to the Samurai Idiot build, endorsed by none other than Billy D. Williams himself. Now you may be saying to yourself, wasn't that a picture of Carl Weathers? Here's the thing. As Billy D. Williams ages, he's slowly turning in to Carl Weathers.
Alright, now, choosing a weapon for your Samurai Idiot is a very important decision, not one to be taken lightly. I personally went with the Nagakiba for this Samurai Idiot for obvious reasons. Overall length, badassery. I could make a size joke right now, but I think I'll take the road less traveled. So let's go over why I chose the Nagakiba and some of the other choices that you can make for your Samurai Idiot. Alright guys, here's a couple other decisions, or choices I should say, that you could make if you don't want the Nagakiba. I actually have video guides on how to get most of these. I'll put it down in the description. Anyway, the Uchigatana, you start with the Uchigatana, so you don't really have a choice if you're making a samurai, but you can really quickly go and get a second one so that you can dual wield it, and it is a very good weapon to begin with. We all know that I chose the Nagakiba. This is also a good weapon. I don't like its Ash of War all that much. It does have the blood loss buildup, which is always nice. The Moonveil is a really solid weapon, especially if you are an int-based class, because it stacks nicely with that. And the Rivers of Blood is an amazing weapon, but you don't get it till later on in the game in the Mountaintop Giants. So these are the ones that you can pick from. There's a couple other ones, but these are the ones that I happen to have right now. They're all solid choices. None of them are bad. I just really like this one, so it's the one I went with. Alright, now let's go over the Ashes of War that we're going to be using for this. Well, we're only going to be using one, but we'll go over your options should you not like the one that I'm using. Anyway, these are the bleed ones that I have. This is the one we're going to be using, Senpuku, which we all know what that looks like. And what we get is that arcane scaling. Okay, you get that with all of these, even the poison one. And that's really nice because it makes our bleeds hit even harder. So this is the one we chose. We're going to go with the blood choice here, not the quality or the keen, because we want to get that arcane. So that's the one we're going to take for that. And there you go. Alright, anyway, I wanted to go over what I'm running in the Physic real quick. This one I pretty much always have in. It's plus 10 to our main stat. This one is interchangeable. This is a solid choice. You can go with more HP, more stamina, better damage on charged attacks. You know, it goes on and on and on. No real bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
Well, yeah, there are some. But anyway, this is the ones I'm running right now, so you do what you gotta do. Okay, let's go over gear, talismans, stats. Gear and talismans are going to come down to playstyle. I mean, some you can use that are just like this helm here. It's going to give you 3 more dexterity, which is going to be your main stat. So obviously that's a plus. A lot of it comes down to, do you like to be tankier? Do you like to have more poise? I kind of like to have a balance of both. Certain fights you're going to want to, be able to have more holy damage mitigation or fire. So it's all dependent. This is just what I happen to have on right now. It changes all the time. I like to have a decent amount of poise, so that's why I got the Bull Goat Talisman. Obviously, with a bleed build, this is good for just about any build that you want to do damage with, which if you don't want to do damage in this game, I don't know what your deal is. This just gives me 5 more dexterity. So there are other choices you could go with if you're using a lot of jump attacks. Obviously, this is really good. Consecutive attacks. This is also really, really good to get. As a matter of fact, if you're at the hard cap on your dex, you definitely want to replace it with that. So, these are obviously for mitigation. So the choice is yours. Stats. I like to have a lot of vigor because, as you know, things hit hard in Elden Ring. So mine, you want just enough that it's really not important for the Ash of War that I'm running anyway. Endurance is always really good. Strength we're not stacking it, so not important. Dexterity is our main stat. Int and Faith, I put absolutely none in. Arcane, that'll go even higher the higher up I go. We're 160 right now. So you'll want to eventually hit the caps on both Dex and Arcane so that your bleeds and your attacks are hitting as hard as they possibly can. This is what we have thus far at 160, but you may like more endurance. I actually usually have more endurance. I just only have 27 in it right now for this particular character. Yeah, you may want to stack. You may want to go up to 60 for vigor. You may not. But you definitely want to hit the caps on dexterity and arcane, and you want to have enough to be able to take a few hits. And obviously, with endurance, you want to have enough to be able to roll out of a few potential hits. So there it is. That's what we have thus far. Now let's get into some actual gameplay footage and showcasing what this build can do in action. Watch this room. Fuck you. Oops. One down. Two down. Surge, we're done. Alright guys, well that's it. Like all good things, this too must come to an end. Thank you for watching the Samurai Idiot Guide. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will be taking this SI into New Game Plus to tackle some bigger challenges and some harder bosses. Look forward to it. I'll talk to you next time. Alright, later.